It is the insatiable man that breaks limits to create his own means of pleasure. Welcome to another episode. In the last, we did only the introduction to Surah to Rum, the 30th Surah of the Quran. Uh, Rum being Rome. Rome is room. In the Rome in Arabic is room, mm, like Room. That's how the Arabs call Rome. Rome. Mm. You remember the vowel O is not there in Arabic. Okay, so let's go. I did show, I believe I did show the introduction to you. I believe so. In case I didn't, let's show it again. That's the introduction. Now this is the chapter proper. Let's go. First uh, sign, and of course this section one. There's no need putting section one there. Mm. Alif, Lam, Mim, ALM. Mm. The Romans mm, have been defeated. The Romans have been defeated. Gulliver, Arum. Gulliver, Arum. Gulliver defeated. Mm. And you see here, Rome comes second. Rome comes second or last, but in English side, it is the Romans that come first. Mm. In Arabic, the verse comes before usually before the action, before the noun. Okay. C note 3, no, the note read is 3504, 3504. Then we are all told to see note 25 to sign 2. Mm. To sign, note 25 to chapter 2, sign 1. Mm. Introduction to this surah. We are asked to go back there. We've done it already. I don't think it's necessary going back. Mm. Chapter 2, sign 1. An introduction to this surah. Okay, the second sign. Mm. Yeah, the third sign, rather. Mm. Alif Lam Mim is the first sign. The second one being the Romans have been defeated. Now we're going to the third one. في أدنى الأرض وهم من بعد غالبهم سيغلبون. وهم من بعد غالبهم سيغلبون. In the land close by, في أدنى الأرض, أدنى close by, في أدنى الأرض, in a land close by. But they, even is in brackets, but they, even after this defeat, this is also in brackets, they, after this defeat of theirs, will soon be victorious. Let's omit the brackets and see. In a land close by, but they, after defeat, but they, after defeat of theirs, will soon be victorious. And the sign to read is 3506. 3506. The pagan Quraysh of Makkah rejoiced at the overthrow of Rome by Persia. Full stop. They were pro-Persian, and in their heart of hearts, they hoped that uh, the nascent movement of Islam, which at that time was, from a worldly point of view, very weak and helpless, would also collapse under their persecution. Full stop. But they misread the true signs of times. Full stop. They are told here that they would soon be disillusioned in both their calculations and in actually and it actually so happened at the Battle of Issus, or Isis, if you like, spelled I-S, spelled capital ISSUS. Uh-huh. The Battle of Issus in 622, into brackets, the year of Hijrah, the year of Hijrah, and brackets close, and in 624, mm, when Heraclius carried his campaign into the heart of Persia, into brackets, see appendix number 6, brackets close, and the Makan Kurish were beaten off at Badr, and the Makan Kurish were beaten up at Badr. So you can see that the first people to oppose Islam were Muhammad's own people, the Quraysh, and nobody else. And people said Muhammad was a warmonger. He didn't kill your people, he's anybody's people, or he didn't fight anybody's people. He fought his own people after they persistently wanted to eliminate him. Okay, and so that's note 3506 to sign 3. Let's now go to sign 4. في في بدء سنين في بدء سنين within a few years في بدء سنين لله الأمر من قبل with God is the command within a few years, that's من قبل with God is the command ومن بعد ومن بعد, and God was the command in the past. Sorry, pardon me. With God is the command in the past and in the future. ومن بعد, that's it. In the past and in the future. ومن بعد. ويومئذ يفرح ويومئذ يفرح. On that day shall the believers rejoice. ومن بعد sorry ويومئذ يفرح المؤمنين. Pardon me, I didn't read مؤمنين, the believers. ويومئذ يفرح المؤمنين. On that day shall the believers rejoice. Let me take it straight in English again. Within a few years, with Allah is the command, or with God is the command in the past and in the future. Oh, no. Yes, within a few years, with God is the command in the past and in the future. On the day shall, on that day, not on the day, on that day shall the believers rejoice. On that day shall the believers rejoice. 3508. Before then, 3507. There are two, no. Yes, there are two signs to read, 07 and 08. Let's go to 3507 within a few years. Bid'un, bid'un in the text means a short period. Bid'un in the text means a short period, dash, a period from 3 to 9 years. And that's the meaning of bid'un. In the sentence, it is fi bid'un sinina, within a short time. Fi bid'un sinina. The period between the loss of Jerusalem, into brackets 614 to 15, by the Romans and their victory at Issus 622 was 7 years, and that to the uh, and that to the penetration of Persia by Heraclius was 9 years. See last note. See last note, which we did earlier. The pagan creation maker. Now we go to the second sign to second note to sign four. To second note to sign four. Um, which is 3508, 3508, and it's against believers rejoicing. See note 3506 and appendix number 6, full stop. The Battle of Badr, into brackets, 2 AH equals 264 AD. 2 AH equals 264 AD, brackets close, was a real time of rejoicing for the believers and a time of disillusionment for the arrogant Quraysh, who thought that they could crush the whole movement of Islam in Medina as they had tried to do in Mecca, but they were signally repulsed. C note, full stop. C note 352 to chapter 3, sign 13. To chapter 3, sign 13. Uh, let's go to the next sign, which is 3, which is sign 5. Benasarillahi, with the help of God. Benasarillahi, simple, with the help of God. 4 words against about 2 words. So Benasarillahi means with the help of God. Yansuru man yasha'a. With the help of God, he gives victory to whom he will. God gives his victory to whom he will. Yansuru man yasha'a. Wa huwa azizu rahim. Wa huwa azizu rahim. And he is exalted in might and most merciful. Uh, a usual ending of the Quran with the mention of God, with the invocation of God. 3509 is the sign. 3509, 3509. Whom he will, man yasha'a. In italics, it's not going to be explained. In inverted commas and also in italics. As explained elsewhere, God's will or plan is not arbitrary, colon. It is full of highest wisdom, full stop. His plan is formed in mercy so as to safeguard the interests of all his creatures, against the selfish aggrandizement of any section of them, full stop. And he is able to carry out his plan in full, and there is no power that can stop or delay his plan. So when God takes an action, it serves it solves so many problems, only that we don't know. And that's why he enjoins us to be patient. When the time comes and an action is taken, you see that that action solves so many problems in the world. And that's what this commentary means. Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 6. Mhm. What are the lie? What are the lie? The promise of God. But before then, we have brackets. It is the promise of God. In Arabic, these 2 words are not necessary. It is not necessary. What are the lie? That's to explain as it is the promise of God. Mm. Uh, لا لا يخلف لا يخلف الله وحده لا يخلف الله وحده. Uh, Never does God fail from his promise. وحده. mm, وحده from his promise. لا يخلف never fails mm, his promise. وحده. mm. ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون. But many a man does not understand. But most men know not. But most men know not. In fact, Yalamon is supposed to be no. Pardon me, I made a mistake. Uh, but most men know not. Sign to it is 3510. 3510. The promise refers to the decision of all things by the command of God, mm, who will remove all troubles and difficulties from the path of his righteous, mm, from the path of his righteous believers, and help them to rejoice over the success of their righteous cause. Full stop. This refers to all times and all situations. Full stop. The righteous should not despair in their darkest moments, for God's help will come. Full stop. Ordinarily, men are puffed up if they score a seeming temporary success against the righteous, comma, and do not realize that God's will can never be thwarted. Indeed, you must face challenges as a human being, whether you are an army man or private man, some elsewhere. eh, Once you are righteous, you must expect victory from God, mm, not without challenges. And that's what this commentary means. And that's no 3510 to sign 6. Let's now go to sign 7. Yalamuna Zahiran min al hayawat dunya. They know by the outer things, this is in brackets, outer things in the life of this world. Without the brackets, it means it reads, they know but the outer in the life of this world. Mm. And outer is Zahiran, mm, min halawatul dunya, of this world. Uh-huh. وهم عن الآخرة هم غافلين. Sorry, هم غافلون. وهم عن الآخرة هم غافلون. Mm. Uh, but of the hereafter, they are heedless. Of the hereafter, they are heedless. Let me join the two parts together. They know but the outer things in this life. Sorry, they know but the outer things in the life of this world. But of the hereafter, they are heedless. He keeps on warning us that there is hereafter. There's hereafter, but we don't pay attention to it. We don't care. We don't mind. Mm. The note read is 53511 3511 3511. Men are misled by the outward show of things, though the inner reality may be quite different. Full stop. Many seeming disasters are really God sense. Well, that's the spelling here. It's God sense. Gudsends. Well, I don't think my English is too good. I would have said God sent. Mm. But here it is. Many seeming disasters are really God sent if we only understood. Mm. So there's no standard disaster that comes without the name of God in it. In fact, He has written it down already. Mm. And in fact, before even then, there is a warning. It's there elsewhere in this Quran, in many places in this Quran. And that's no 3511 to sign 7. Let's now go to sign 8. أو لم يتفكرون في أنفسهم uh, do they not reflect in their own minds في أنفسهم? So أنفس here means minds, not necessarily body or spirit. According to this interpretation. ما خلق الله السماوات ما خلق الله السماوات والأرض ما خلق الله السماوات وما بينهما إلا بالحق إلا بالحق. God does not create the heavens and the earth and all that is in between except with justice or with truth. Let me see what the context is. Uh, do they not reflect in their own minds? Mm? Uh, not but in truth, not but in truth, that al-haq bil-haq. And for a term appointed, I think I haven't read that side, that side. And for a term appointed, did God create the heavens and the earth and all between them. Let me read it again in Arabic. وما وما خلق السماوات والأرض وما بينهم إلا بالحق وأجل. That's what I left at. Well, أجل مسمى وأجل مسمى. For a term appointed أجل مسمى. That's what I left out. Uh, وإن كثير من الناس بلقاء ربهم لكافرون. They neglect the meeting of their Lord. Let me see. Between them. Yet are there truly many among them, actually nas, many among them, who deny the meeting with the Lord. La kafiruna, deny the meeting of their God. Bi lekai rabihim. uh, Into brackets at the resurrection. I left the brackets out. So after the Lord, their Lord, that's the last word, we have at the resurrection. Uh, the note to read is 351 3512 Did we do 1 2 3 5 after? No. We didn't finish the notes to Psalm 7. They were 2. We read the first one, outer things of this life, and we did it, and of the hereafter they are heedless. We did it. So we now go to note 3513 to sign 8. 3513, and it's against the meeting of this world, the meeting of their Lord in the hereafter. They deny it. 351. No. There are 2 notes here too. The first one is but the truth. Bilhak illa bilhak. 3513 first. 3513. Compare chapter 27, sign 87, sign 85. Compare chapter 17, not 27. Compare chapter 17, XV to sign 80. No, compare chapter 27, sign 85. 27 being Surah to Israel. We have to go there and compare and read and compare, but we can't do that now. Full stop. Here, the argument is about the ebb and flow of worldly power. And the next clause is appropriately added mm, in, in inverted commas, and for a term appointed, ajulun musamma, for a time appointed, full stop. Let not anyone who is granted worldly power or advantage run away with the notion that it is permanent. Yes, this is God the Almighty speaking. Nothing is permanent. In fact, even ordinary people say it. It's a common saying by ordinary people in all nations that nothing is permanent. Indeed, it is already in the Quran, proven here in this uh, uh, chapter and sign. mm, In this chapter and sign, which is sign 8 of chapter of Room, chapter Room. Uh, with the notion that it is permanent, full stop. Mm. It is definitely limited in high purpose of God. It is definitely limited in the high, I don't add the article there, in the high of purpose of God. Let me take it again. It is, no, it is definitely limited in the high purpose of God, which is just and true, which is just and true. Full stop. And an account will have to be given of it afterwards on basis of strict personal responsibility. Mm. That's when those who deny that they will meet God finally find themselves meeting God. Mm. All right, and that's note 3513, the first note to sign 8. Let's go to the second note to sign 8, which is 3514, which is meeting with the Lord, proper meeting with the Lord. My neck. 3514. It is therefore all the more strange that there should be men who not only forget themselves but even deny that there is a return to God or an end of or an end or hereafter. mm, Who, when a full reckoning will be due for this period of probation, full stop, they are asked to study past history as in the next verse or as in the next sign, which is sign 9, which is sign 9. Mm. أولم يسروا في الأرض فينظروا كيف كان عاقبة الذين من قبلهم. Mm. Do they not travel through the earth? Yesuru, do they not Yesuru travel? Do they not travel through the earth and see what was the end of those before them? Kefa Akibatul. Kefa Akibatul. How to see how the end uh, of those before them, mm, those before them, to see the end of those before them. It's a question. Uh, Kanu ashara minhum kuwatan. Kanu ashara minhum kuwatan. They, those of the past, were stronger than the people being talked about. They were stronger in power than we or the people being talked about in the Quran. So the people of the past were stronger in power. Kanu ashara minhum kuwatan. They were superior to them in strength, kuwatan. Uh, وأثاروا الأرض وأثاروا الأرض وأمروها أكثر أمروا مما أمروها. uh, yeah, وَأَمَرُوهَا أَكْثَرَ مِمَّا أَمَرُوهَا. Let me go back a bit. They tilted, yes, they were superior in power and strength. They tilted the soil and populated it in greater numbers than these have done. Amaruha populated mm, it in greater numbers than these have done. Aktal mimma amaruha. وجاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات وجاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات. Mm. There came to them their messengers with clear signs, Beinati. eh, they came to them their messengers with clear signs is in brackets. Mm. Beinati in Arabic is enough for people to understand that it is uh, clear signs, but here the signs has to be put in brackets for us. Mm. Uh, uh-huh, uh-huh. بالبينات فما كان الله ليسلمهم فما كان الله ليسلمهم ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يسلمون. Mm. Uh, oh, I see. The brackets is in two parts. Mm. The sign, clear signs is in brackets. Then we have other words in brackets too, which they rejected of their own distractions, or which they rejected to their own distractions. Let me go back a bit. Mm. There came to them their messengers with clear signs, which they rejected to their own destruction. And this is in brackets. It was not God who wronged them. Mm. It was not God who wronged them. فَمَا كَانَ اللَّهُ لِيَسْلِمُهُمْ. It was not God who wronged them, but they wronged their own souls. ولكن كانوا أنفسهم يسلمون. It was not God who wronged them, but it was they rather who wronged their own souls. The note read is 3515. 3515. 3515. Let not any generation think that it is superior to all that went before it. Let not America think that it is superior to the previous uh, powers, Persian Empire, Roman Empire, and whatnot, or Russia, or China. They shouldn't think that. Mm. Full stop. We may be we may be heirs to all the ages in the foremost files of times. Mm. Heirs, we may be heirs. This is in brackets. We may be then in inverted commas rather. We may be in inverted commas heirs to all the ages in the foremost files of time. Inverted commas, full stop. Inverted commas, close. Did I say invited? Inverted commas, close. Mm. Full stop. That is no reason for arrogance. Mm. So the power that is leading the world today, which we all supposed to be America, should not be arrogant. That's all. And the Muslims know it. Those who have read the Quran know it. And they don't mind about America. They give them warnings all of the time. Mm. So that is no reason for arrogance, but on the contrary, adds to our responsibility, full stop. When we realize what flourishing cities and kingdoms existed before, how they flourished in numbers and prosperity, what chances what chances they were given, and how they perished, when they disobeyed the law of God, we shall feel a sense of humility and see that it was rebellion and self-will, self-feels affinated and self-will that brought them down. Indeed, rebellion and self-will. The Americans are affected by this self-will. America first, mm, and nobody else. Self-will. So you can see what is happening today has been talked about already a long time ago, and the believers in the Quran know it, but not the rest. That brought them down. And America will be brought down. That's what it means. Full stop. God has more than just. Sorry, God was more than just. Mm. In other words, to them, God was more than just to them, but they were rebellious. Mm. He was also merciful. He was also merciful, and in my own brackets, to them. He was also merciful to them, to the previous powers. Full stop. But they brought about their own ruin. But they brought about their own ruin. And that's no 3515 to sign 9. Let's go to the next sign, which is sign 10. ثم كان عاقبة الذين ثم كان عاقبة الذين أساءوا سواء أن كذبوا بآيات الله. In the long run, evil will be the end of those who do evil. In the long run, evil will be the end of those who do evil. Tumma kana, akibat lazina, the end of those. Aswa'u, 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 sorry, aswa'u, suwa'a, aswa'u, suwa'a, aswa'u, suwa'a, those who do evil. Aswa'u, suwa'a, and kazabu, bi ayatillahi, and of those who do evil. For that they rejected the signs of God. For that they rejected the signs of God. And kazabu bi ayatillahi. Wakanu biha yastazi'una. Wakanu biha yastazi'una. uh, Sons of God, and held them up in ridicule, and held them up in ridicule, and held them up in ridicule, yesta zuuna, or mock them. Yes, and ridicule. It's another word for it, maybe yesta zuun, maybe ridicule, but maybe also. Oh, the word has gone off me now. Mock them, mockery, and held them in mockery, just as your own. The note to read is 3516. 3516. The superlative, the Arabic superlative feminine, referring to feminine not, akibat. Let me take it again. The Arabic superlative feminine, comma, referring to the feminine noun akibat. Akibat is in inverted comma, single. Akibat, I have translated by evil. Okay, so the akibat is rather evil. I have translated by evil. Akibat, the end, but the evil end. That's what this commentator is telling us. Full stop. In this life, good and evil may seem to be mixed up, and it may be sometimes, and it may be that some things or persons that are evil get what seem to be good, rewards or blessings. Some things that are evil seem to get the good seem to be good rewards or blessings, comma, while the opposite happens to the good. Full stop. It happens in life. But this is only a temporary experience. Full stop. Mm. In the long term, in the long run, evil will have its own evil consequences, multiplied cumulatively. Oh my God, multiplied cumulatively. And this because evil not only rejected, and this, comma, because evil not only rejected God's message and God message of good, but laughed of but laughed at good, and misled them. Let me take it again. And this because evil not only rejected God's message of good, but laughed at good and misled others. Mm. So in the present life, uh, they may be enjoying, mm, they may be happy at their achievement, but they don't know there is a scam part. There is a time limit for it, ajulu musamma, and their punishment will be multiplied for them. And that's no 3516 to sign 10, which happens to be uh, the last sign of section 1. Mm. When we come back in our next video, God willing, we shall go to section 2. Thank you very much. Bye bye. May God be with you all.